Awesome. Hey, all. Thank you for allowing us to talk about our companies today. I'll do a quick walkthrough of Twig. So Twig is a co-pilot for technical customer teams. A bit about who we are. We're two founders. That is the company. There are no employees. There are no contractors. This entire company is two people. We are engineers. I spent the last couple of years building data augmentation and feature stores at H2O.ai. I built semantic search at Lambda School. My co-founder is ex-Workday and Intel. He's worked on very large B2B installations. Not just that, we are also the people that we are selling into today. So we have played the roles of customer success for companies like Dell, Sonos, Seagate, Micron, etc. Today we sell into the VP of customer success, and so we have played their roles. We have woken up every morning in their shoes and gone into work. So we understand the person that we sell into. So let's talk about the problem. Technical CX teams cannot use the support AI that is out there. So what do we mean by technical CX teams? Think of Salesforce, Zapier, Docker, Atlassian, Optimizely. These are all pretty common names. A lot of these we use in our own product stacks. When you reach out to these companies with a complex technical question, the person responding to this is a technical CX team member. It could be support, success, solution delivery, implementation folks. There are like 4 separate groups that report into the VP of CX. They are very different from your Shopify support or an airline support, etc. In that the person that they are providing support to is a high ACV customer. These folks are very expensive, $150,000 to $200,000 a year per agent. The way they offer support is also very different. They do agent assist based support. They have complex workflows, unlike self-serve and chatbots that are common in B2C support. And also the capabilities of a solution like this are very different in expectation. They need to have complex reasoning. They have tons of gaps in documentation. They depend on third-party data, and they have a long tail of problems they need to solve. They need code gen, they need decision trees. None of these things are provided by traditional support AI tools out there, and that's what makes this problem unique. And that's what makes our solution unique, because we are focusing on this vertical that we understand really well. So very large market. If you just look at the 60,000 tech companies in the US with an average of 300 employees, we're looking at about 18 million users in our target group, and that's about $25 billion in market opportunity, and that's what we are going after. And so that's our target market. We are going after tech companies, and we'll look at the breakdown in a bit. So what does the solution look like? We have 3 pillars of data. We take our customers' public and private data. We also have a data marketplace. So if your product depends on Kubernetes, Amazon, Vercel, you just go into a product, look at the data marketplace and say, click, 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 and you immediately add all the adjacent data corpuses to your data. In addition to that, we create net new synthetic data. For instance, if you look at data streams like Zendesk and Salesforce ticketing history, when you add such data to your knowledge bases, the quality of AI significantly drops and it becomes unusable. We create net new synthetic data out of these ticketing streams, which increases the amount of data that's just available to the AI. In addition to this, we have built a vertical AI stack that has a semantic cache layer and provides APIs that can embed into the customer's ecosystem. Our vision is that eventually every company is going to have different AI, verticalized AI tools. You're going to have developer AI, like GitHub Copilot. You're going to have HR AI. You're going to have legal AI. And then you're going to have customer AI. And customer AI is going to do everything from agent assist kind of tools to in-app experiences to a way for others to build applications on top of your data and help you make use of your own data better. We believe that that is going to be a significantly important vertical. Our vision is to take over that entire space. And the playbook for this is from Gong and Clary, that started as very specific AI tools that did sales transcriptions, and they eventually expanded to become the vertical revenue intelligence platform. This is a similar playbook to what we are using. Where are we today? We have a bunch of live customers. So Basis Technologies is a 2,000-person ad tech platform, very complex scenarios. We have about 200 users live on the platform today. We have Tigris Data, a NoSQL database, Visible Hand, that is a medtech platform, Trade Builder Card, and a Personal Pacific. The common theme across these customers are their technically complex products or their dev tools, and that is a target market today. We're going after dev tools and vertical SaaS kind of products. Later, we will expand into things like high-tech hardware, medical electronics, etc., which all have similar problems, which is they're complex, and their support tends to be engineers. If you look at the market, it is made up of incumbents and startups. Incumbents cannot do this because this is a vertical solution, while incumbents are great at building horizontal products. And startups can do this, but they need to have a nuanced understanding of the problem space. And because me and my co-founder have been CX professionals before, we are able to go after this problem with a very deep understanding of what our customer needs. And we're building solutions that we don't even hear out there in the market. Things like building synthetic Q&As out of ticketing streams, building semantic caches that help increase the deterministic nature of the responses, and so on. So I think this will give us a 2 to 3 year lead over other companies that try to do this. So who do we sell to? The VP of Customer Success at these companies. Within that, we're looking at dev tool and vertical SaaS companies. We're looking at companies about 1,000 people in size. That would be roughly about 100 to 250 people across success support solution delivery teams. And they buy a product to reduce the cost of providing support to their agents and just increasing the bandwidth they have. We compute a pricing based per interaction, but then we charge a flat pricing. So our ACP per customer is between $10,000 to $25,000. How do we go to market? Any customer that is more than $10,000 in value, we do a proper enterprise sale process. Anybody that is less than $10,000, we have a GTM strategy that includes go-to-market through distribution channels like Zendesk, AppExchange, ServiceNow, and then doc tool communities like DocBook, Kitbook, etc. So we already have a Zendesk native app live that should give us access to about 30,000 businesses there. And similarly, we'll launch in AppExchange and ServiceNow. So we have these two strategies that help us go after our target audience. So in a quick summary, we are two technical founders. We have done AI for the last 5 years. Not just that, we have done customer success. We are building a verticalized stack which helps us penetrate the noise in the market. We have $50,000 in ARR already. Our customers use our product every single day, and they're looking at growing the users. One of our large customers, Basis, wants to double the users in their company by Labor Day. So every customer that we have is looking to grow the adoption within their own company. And we're going after a large market. It's a pretty large market, and we think that we are rightly placed as a team and a solution to go capture this. We're looking to raise $1 million. We already have 400,000 of that locked in from the very large investors like the VP of CX at Cisco, VPs at Zuora, Deep Sentinel, Diffbot, etc. Our most recent commits were from Billy Draper at Path VC and Nelson Bolstrom. We're looking to bring in another 600,000, and we're talking to investors right now. So here's what we'll do with your money. We are a very small team, so we are lacking in bandwidth. our immediate hires are going to be a front-end engineer and a data scientist. That will open some of our bandwidth, and then our goal is to get to 250K ARR by the end of this year, and $1 million ARR next year. So ask us any questions. We're happy to answer. I can tell you this: we understand the customer, we understand the technology, and with the bandwidth and the resources, we think we can go capture this market. Thank you.
Thank you. I guess instead of going slide by slide, I will go through the things that I would like to better understand. Maybe that would be a different approach. So I guess my biggest question is that, okay, I understood the problem, but what I did not understand is that how would your solution exactly work? Like, what would be the customer journey? Can you maybe walk me through one of the case studies, one of the examples that you have? How did you onboard the customer? What is it that they're doing right now, and how is your solution helping them?
Sure, Moien. Generally, what we do is in the middle of the deck, we take the user through a full demo of the product, and I remove that part over here. So when we sign up a customer, let's say Basis, for instance, the 2,000-person ad tech company, the first week we identify data sources that are critical to be used. Some of them are public, some of them are private. We identify who owns them and who needs to be able to give us access to these data sources. That's week one. By the end of week one, we'll have a very clear data inventory, and we'll start ingesting that in our product. We are able to ingest data, train on the data, create our vectorized data sources, and then host the data, everything from the platform. And I can pull that up in a bit. But the second week is essentially us training the application on the data and information that we received from the customer. And then week 3 is when we work with the customer to start. We identify a beta user group where they start using the product. Are you able to see my screen?
I can see the deck.
Okay. So 1 second.
Just as a heads up, we have about 10 minutes left.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So this is Twig. This is one of our customers called Basis, and we have a configure screen where you come in and you add different sources. So this customer has ingested document files, PDFs, exports of Confluence spaces. We have different pipelines configured for each of these unique types of sources, CSV files, sitemap. So we go and scrape the entire website that the customer has. So all of this is the data ingestion process, and then we have the training of agents. And so you can have different agents, something with only public data, something with public and private data. We are able to configure. Once we do this through the platform, it's live. It is available like this, available to all our customers. They go in there, they ask questions, they get answers, they get citations. They also can define their own persona. Some of them need only public information, some of them need private information, some of them need short answers, some of them need lengthy answers. So depending on the persona, they can define their preferences, and they'll get a very unique response based on what they do. Many of you users also go in there and edit. So by the way, just this morning, we had all these users come in and ask these questions. So the platform is being used like every day. Sometimes we are not able to answer the question, and then users go in and provide an answer. We remember that, and a semantic cache the next time can give exactly the same answer because we've memorized that. And then if you look at analytics, so these people are here every single day. They've used the product more this week than they've used the product last week. Some of them had more than 65 sessions. The average session per user is about 25 to 30 sessions. So people are using it, they're in there every day and getting value out of it.
Okay. Would you say the so the integration can take like up to a month until the users, let's say the customer is ready to go with the product?
For a large enterprise customer for Basis, the answer is yes. It is going to take about a month. For smaller customers that have that we take them through the more self-serve model, which are ready to launch, that would be completely self-serve. So they will be able to go live within a few minutes, and they'll be able to ingest the data themselves. So for our large customers, we do a more white glove approach, which takes more time.
Okay. Is that something that you think would be an impediment to the growth of the business, or something that you can actually expedite?
Yeah, one of the reasons we're raising money is to launch our self-serve capabilities through Zendesk, App Exchange, and so. And with that approach, we'll be able to allow users to completely self-onboard themselves, allowing the time to value or time to revenue to be shortened and to be much quicker. The reason we have not launched that is both of us are backend and data scientists. Our UI skills are lacking, and so although our product works and it looks okay, it's not at a point where I feel comfortable making this completely self-serve. So once we bring in a UX engineer, we'll be able to polish it enough that we feel comfortable launching these apps in complete self-serve mode. So we have the technology there. We need to polish it enough to make it self-serve.
Okay. Okay. I think we can go quickly back to slide by slide. I think your team slide was good. Unlike, I guess, the Tavis's deck, it has more information, but I think it maybe has a bit too much of information. Like you might be able to, like maybe remove a bit of the data points that you have. I think you went through it well. What I think you could have skipped and not mentioned was the fact that you're just two people and you don't have any teams. Because one of the questions that I had the whole time in my head is that how can you actually expand the team? Like, do you know how to hire, or do you have enough people to hire? So that's definitely one of the challenges I've heard investors asking the founders if they've hired people before, if they've managed people before, and not something that you can't learn, but I don't think you needed to mention that. Next one, I think you have a ton of logos, which is just telling me that basically any tech company that is big would need this solution, which you could actually replace with a line. I think it is nice that you're mentioning the fact that why is tech CX different than consumer CX, gives you a better understanding. But I think the graphics makes it too crowded. It's just like it's like overwhelmingly crowded. You could definitely use a bit of, like, you could just explain that to me. Like the tech CX is different than consumer CX because of X, Y, and Z. This is amazing for me when I'm doing due diligence to teach someone who is purely an investor and has no technical background why it is important and why this is different. But for the purpose of a deck, I think this is too crowded. I think the storyline was interesting. The fact that you have this background, you kind of felt the pain. Now you know that there is no other solution, and that's why you decided to actually build a solution around it. Next slide is good. I think you just need that like line on top in the previous slide instead of the logos. Then we go to this slide and I'm like, what is this? Like, I'm just like completely lost here. Like I was like, where should I follow? Should I go from left to right or right to left? And like I see something is live and two other things are not live, but you all, like, as I'm looking through this, you all started talking about the marketplace and I'm like, oh, maybe I should look under the marketplace. So you basically lost me here. I can tell you that much. I didn't understand this slide. The next one, I think you skipped the previous slide.
I did, yeah.
Okay. So then let's not discuss that. This slide is good. It just has a lot of empty space, which I think when real estate is very valuable, you're just missing out. I understand the point that the operating system of LLMs is going to be massive, and you're targeting one vertical that is by itself a big part of the whole solution. I think I understand it, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe you could think of it in a different way. This was okay. The text was too tiny. And I think the idea of mentioning like the first liners or the first bullet points of all of them, it was very valuable. Like I could understand that it can actually be a solution for various types of businesses. And what is I think the kind of unifying theme between all these customers is that they have complex solutions and they have these they have technical CXs. I think that was nice. This is text heavy, so I basically didn't know where you are, and then I realized that you're at the bottom right corner, or maybe I'm wrong. But I thought maybe you're in the bottom right corner. Maybe you can have like more well-known company logos, and then while you're going through it, explain. One of the things that you mentioned is that it would take other players 3 years to actually build a solution like this. I mean, I would definitely question that and try to drill on that. But why is that? Like, why? And if you have a logo of, let's say, a massive corporation, I'm like, why wouldn't that big organization be able to actually build a solution like this, and that the two of you have been able to build? So we can move on. So this was good. I think I understood who is the customer, what is the revenue model. Again, on the text heavy side, but I'm okay with it, to be honest. It's not painful. I'm looking for your, yes, this one, I was like, it's good. You have a clear idea what you want to do, but I definitely don't want to see your process. Like, not now. I don't want to know how you actually reach out to these folks. Like, what is your flow diagram? I want to know the higher level impact of the work that you're doing and the higher level process that you're planning to go after. This is too much information for now. And then I definitely like the idea of having like a TLDR, quick summary slide at the end. Maybe you can add this actually as your last slide after the fact that you have mentioned you need a MEL, and where would that MEL take you? So you would have 5 different verticals of team, tech, traction, TAM, and then ultimately the ask, so that while you're pausing on that slide and I'm asking my questions, I can always refer back to that one slide and see where we're at. I think the ask and the plan is obviously very, very useful. I think graphically this slide could have a bit of improvement, but overall I think it's clear that you have a plan for it. You can have a breakdown graphically of the amount of money that you're going to spend on each of these things, like how much is going to go to sales, how much is going to go to the tech team, so that I kind of know. And then you have, I think, until Q2 25, which is going to be like 20 months roughly. I think like having that written somewhere so that I know this is how much money you need. This is where the money is going to. This is how far the money would take you. I think those 3 questions clearly mentioned would be very nice.